Barnaby Jones, starring Buddy Ebsen, also starring Lee Merriweather, with guest stars Belinda J. Montgomery, Christopher Stone, Dabney Coleman, Patricia Smith, Peggy McKay. Tonight's episode, Blind Terror.
You know what Mark Spitz is doing right now? He's eating his heart out. Okay, here you go. It's never the babies who are scared, only their mothers. Hope I haven't kept you, Mr. Jones.
Not at all, Miss Benedict. Lovely girl, your daughter. Of course, you realize that the way things are today, the police have their hands full. Must be a lot of worried parents looking for missing daughters. Michelle is over 18, isn't she?
21. Mr. Jones, I'm somewhat of an authority on parents who panic, and I'm not one of them.
When is the last time you heard from Michelle?
Friday.
Well, there's only 2 days. She usually call in over the weekend?
Yes. I phoned her apartment. I've checked with her friends. She didn't show up for work over the weekend, and she didn't go to school yesterday or today.
She live alone?
No. Poor Amy. It's her roommate. She had a terrible fall down the stairs, and she's in the hospital right now.
Did you try to contact Amy about Michelle?
The last time she saw Michelle was Friday morning in their French class. Now, all of this is just not like Michelle.
Boyfriend?
Oh, so many, I lose track. Number one right now is Eric, somebody. Mr. Jones, I'm really worried half to death.
Miss Benedict, when I was learning how to swim, I used to worry something fierce about how deep the water was underneath me, how far it was to the bottom. But you and I know that that's nothing to worry about, as long as you keep swimming.
You're a very persuasive man, Mr. Jones. I just hope and pray you're right.
Benedict, Miss Benedict.
Oh, I'm sorry. You'll have to excuse me again. Okay, dear. Practice another dive. Come on. Take hands. That's it. All right. Easy. Okay, go easy. And the boy just go.
So the last time you saw Michelle was Friday morning at your French class.
That's right. And that's the only class we have together on Fridays.
But you came home that night expecting to find her in the apartment you shared.
Yes. For all I know, she was there.
Didn't you go inside the apartment?
No. I remember scrounging around in my purse for my door key as I was going up the stairs. When I got to this top step, I found it. And then I must have tripped or something.
That's the last you remember?
I'm afraid so. In fact, now I've lost my door key. In the fall, I guess.
Michelle was dating a young man named Eric.
Uh-huh. Eric Rome. Eric trains animals for TV commercials. He rents this old place from my uncle out in Saugus.
I'd like to talk to Eric.
Michelle has his number in her address book. She keeps it in a drawer under the television.
You won't mind my going through your apartment, Amy?
No. Mrs. Selby or her son Argus will let you in. They manage the building.
I guess you two can meet properly now. This is Amy Partridge, Mr. Jones.
Thank you. Amy, would you say that this was a good likeness of Michelle?
I guess nobody told you, huh?
I'm sorry.
It's a real crack-up. Me blind. I can't really believe it yet myself.
Hi, I'm Barnaby Jones. I called...
About the key.
Yeah.
I got it right here.
Here, I'll show you the apartment.
Left your door open.
For the phone. Mother's going shopping.
Mr. Selby,
Oh, Argus, please. It's a name I'm very proud of. It means the watchful guardian.
From Argus. The guardian with 100 eyes. In mythology. Greek, wasn't he?
You're right. The guardian with 100 eyes. You're the first person I ever met that knew that.
Well, I had a friend who sold sunglasses during the Depression. He used to have this dream. He kept dreaming that Argus was his steady customer. Argus, you didn't happen to find any of Amy Partridge's keys, did you?
Well, a lot of things spilled out of her purse, and I replaced them. And the purse went to hospital with Amy. There's no keys, though.
How long did they live here?
Almost a year.
Fine-looking girls.
Well, I think Michelle was, I don't know, she's too flashy. You know, it's terrible about Amy being blind. Wonder why it always happens to good ones.
You liked Amy?
Well, we never went out or anything.
Michelle?
No, I never asked her. I mean, guys stand in line to take her out. Lots of guys. Maybe that's where Michelle is now.
Argus? Did the girls bring in anybody to do the cleaning?
No, they did it all themselves. They really kept the place spotless. They vacuumed it twice a day.
It's funny, they vacuumed right past his shoelace.
It's not mine. I only wear slip-ons. You know, loafers. You know, there was never even a dirty dish in the sink. I really have to say as much for Michelle. You know, I've been thinking about going visit Amy in the hospital. That's our phone. You make yourself at home.
Find anything?
His shoelace was broken. It was new.
Well, guess who was nosing around the girl's apartment?
Michelle's boyfriend, Eric.
That's right. A car fitting your description, complete with the number 47, belongs to an Eric Rome. Information courtesy of the Apollo Car Club. He races on weekends in the amateur division.
Amy said this Eric trains animals for TV commercials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he lives with his furry friends out in Saugus. Michelle's boyfriend. Small world.
That's because you don't have to drive all the way out to Saugus. You know, this doesn't surprise me half as much as finding Amy's keys inside the apartment.
You said she never even unlocked the door.
Yeah, she was pretty definite about that. I wonder why.
What do you want?
I'm looking for Eric Rome.
What for?
I don't think we were properly introduced the last time. In fact, I'm looking for Michelle Benedict.
What last time?
Can we talk about Michelle?
Okay.
Eric's Ark. Should be a Mrs. Eric, you know, 2 for every species.
There isn't. Thought you wanted to talk about Michelle.
Why did you run away from Michelle's apartment?
Because I'm a runner.
Not a talker, I understand. If a talker had been compromised the way you were, he would have lied himself past me.
That other guy spoke to you like you were a cop. I don't dig cops.
I'm a private investigator, and you don't have to dig me, Mr. Rome. Just tell me whether the book helped you.
What book?
Michelle's address book.
I never saw it.
Eric, I have reason to believe that Michelle is in serious trouble.
Look, I got 28 animals I gotta feed. I don't have time to talk.
Eric, you did go back and break into the apartment to tidy up.
I was just trying to find Michelle.
When's the last time you saw her?
Thursday night? Listen, if I knew anything, I'd tell you. See, these last few weeks, well, we really hit it off.
Including Thursday night?
Especially Thursday night. No sign of her now for 5 days. I thought she might be out with some other guy whose number'd be in that book. Started calling the M's.
Why don't you get the book and leave that to me?
Look, she's my girl. I'm gonna handle this my way.
You took that address book. Let's see, that's breaking and entering, possession of stolen property, possible interference with a criminal investigation.
Okay. Okay. Okay, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Get down here.
Thanks. I'm glad I didn't have to go hunting for it.
There's nothing stranger than someone else's kitchen. I bet those roses could use some water.
Still a watchful guardian, Argus?
Oh, Amy's back. I was just gonna knock. I was gonna see if I could be of any help.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, honey. Argus? Oh, Mr. Jones, come in. How are you?
Argus, the flowers are from you, aren't they?
I hope you like them. I guess you got the key I had made for you.
You're very thoughtful.
Well, I just want to welcome you home.
Thank you.
Strange young man.
Can we offer you anything, Mr. Jones?
Oh, no, thank you.
Any word yet on Michelle, Mr. Jones?
Well, I'm afraid not, Amy, but I think I found something that you lost.
My door keys. Where on earth did you find them?
Amy, are you sure that you didn't open your door that night, step inside, and then remembering something you left in your car, stepped out again, and then you took your fall?
I'm positive. How could I forget something like that?
You or Michelle have a pair of old brown shoes with laces. It's hard to tell these days, but I would say men's shoelaces.
No? Why?
I found one in here, and it's kind of like finding a billiard table in the honeymoon suite. You gotta wonder what it's doing there.
Maybe Argus. He let himself in with the roses.
Well, I've got to get back to work, and I've got that appointment with the vet. We've got a very sick Doberman on our hands.
Go ahead, dear. We'll be all right.
All right. Amy, I just want you to know that you're going to have the best of care. The finest specialists, whatever it takes.
I know that. Thank you.
Bye-bye, honey.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Mr. Jones.
Now, don't worry about us. I'll call you later at the office.
Good.
Amy, this lamp on the end table, how'd it get broken?
It isn't. I mean, that lamp's brand new, Mr. Jones.
Well, there's a piece broken out of the base here. Were you going to glue that back in?
If that lamp's been damaged, I just don't know how that happened.
Mr. Jones, what are you inferring?
Well, it's just possible that things went on in here that we don't know anything about yet.
Barnaby's told me how you teach those little ones to swim. That must be very rewarding work. I'm sorry you have to wait here so long. Let me see how he's doing.
The stain on this piece of lamp is blood, all right. AB negative, the rarest.
That rules out Amy. She's type O.
What about Michelle?
Barnaby, Mrs. Benedict is so despondent already. I was afraid if I asked her, she...
Well, we gotta know. The sooner the better.
I was kind of hoping you'd handle it.
Well, did you find anything? I'm sorry. I'm getting very anxious.
Oh, nothing conclusive, Mrs. Benedict. Well, I meant to ask you, does Michelle have any scars, any identifying marks?
That's an ominous question.
Oh, this is just for our office file.
Oh. Well, yes, there is a scar. Michelle had a serious operation a few years ago.
Oh, what was the nature of the operation?
She was in an accident. She suffered a ruptured spleen. I was very worried about her. It was really touch and go for a while.
I suppose there was a lot of internal bleeding. Did she have many transfusions?
Yes, that's what made it so serious. Her blood type is very rare, AB negative.
Eric? Eric, is Barnaby Jones? Eric? Eric? Eric?
Okay, baby. Okay. Now you see why I don't lock my door. He gets loose once in a while. Anything I can do for you?
I'll let you know. Perfect match. Take a look for yourself. See how the threads fit together?
This means the shoelace that you found in Eric's shack.
Matches the one that I found in Michelle and Amy's apartment.
Well, you can add to that what I came in to tell you. Lieutenant Hager returned your call. Eric Rome does have a record. 2 counts of assault.
That makes him a pretty good suspect.
Yes, and he knows that, too. That's probably why he set the cat on you.
Betty, that number in Michelle's address book that didn't have a name attached.
Oh, yes. Valley Vista Motel.
When was that young lady last registered here?
Devious, Mr. Jones, the way you worded that question. The inference is that I have seen her. And now you want to know when and how often.
Neat the way you avoided the question, Mr. Strather.
You're more than just a concerned parent.
Private investigator.
We're a motel in a very romantic setting, Mr. Jones. In my business, we have professional ethics.
And in mine. We know how to honor a confidence. Now, I could plant myself in your lobby or down there at the pool and whip out this photograph and start asking all sorts of questions.
All right. I've noticed her. I mean, what man wouldn't? Stunning girl.
Who was she with?
No one. She was alone.
You sure?
We always notice a stunner like that when she registers alone, Mr. Jones.
Well, couldn't somebody have come up and joined her in her room later?
It's possible. Mr. Jones, some of our guests use great discretion. This is a community of thousands of familiar faces, and it's quite possible that some companion came to a room while she was here and left before she checked out. I have no idea who the gentleman was.
Excuse me. Hello, Eric. What are you doing here?
I've got as much right here as you do, Jones, so lay off, huh?
I'd like to, but how do I know that anonymous visitor in Michelle's room here wasn't you?
I came here for the same reason you did. I told you. I got through calling the M's in her book. I found this number in there.
I found something, too. I found the other piece of this shoelace in a pair of your shoes in your closet.
Well, so what does that prove?
Could prove that you were in the girl's apartment the night Michelle disappeared.
Forget it, Jones. I don't even own a pair of laces that color.
And how'd they get in your shoes?
But somebody must have planted him there. My door's always open. You know, you wandered in, didn't you?
Expect me to believe that?
Nobody's ever called me a liar, old man.
There's always a first time for everything, Sonny.
Amy, don't you have any curry powder either?
Not unless it comes frozen.
It's your favorite dish and you don't have half the ingredients? Oh, I should have brought more groceries when I had your Uncle Paul here to carry them for me. Well, listen, it won't take me 10 minutes to run down to that little market on the corner. You won't mind being alone for just a few minutes, Amy, will you?
Might as well start getting used to it.
Amy?
Besides, I need some cream rinse. I'll be shampooing while you're gone, okay?
Well, I don't think you can drown in the bathroom sink. I'll be right back.
Forget something, Aunt Ellen? Who is it? Who's there? Who are you? What do you want? I know someone's here. Michelle? Is it you? Answer me. Who is it? Please. Please speak to me.
Amy? Barnaby Jones. Unlock the door. Open it up or I'll break it in. What's the matter?
Someone was just here, I know it. Aunt Ellen went to the market.
You wait here. It's all right, Amy. He's gone now.
What's to keep him from coming back?
Amy. Just now you saw something, didn't you?
No. Of course not. How could I see anything?
I heard Amy call. I came to see if I could help. What happened?
It was exactly as though she saw the pistol. I mean, actually saw it. Doctor, does that mean anything?
A gun usually symbolizes jeopardy. Mr. Jones, you may have found the last piece of the puzzle. Does the term hysterical blindness mean anything to you?
No, but I once ran across a case of hysterical paralysis. I had a client confined to a wheelchair, a parade of specialists could find nothing wrong with him. And one day the wheelchair broke. He started to roll down a driveway toward a busy street.
And his power to walk suddenly returned to him.
That's right. The traffic represented jeopardy.
Just as your gun did to Amy. For one instant, self-preservation overrode her need to be blind. That must be it, Mr. Jones. And it explains why we haven't been able to find any physical damage that would account for her blindness.
The way I figure, she saw something that frightened her so she blocked out the memory of what she saw, along with the sight that had enabled her to see it.
Exactly. And you think this relates in some way to her missing roommate?
That's what I'm afraid of. It would explain, for one thing, why I found Amy's keys inside the apartment. I figure Amy unlocked the door, stepped inside, saw something, backed away, and took her fall.
She may well have been blind before she fell.
It also explains the blood on the lamp, the broken light bulb, and the hurried attempt to make it look as if nothing had happened in that room.
So you think she saw Michelle and some kind of assailant?
I think that Amy saw something terrible happen to Michelle. You added up, Betty. There was a struggle in the apartment. Amy walked in on it. The intruder saw her. She saw him.
And he has to make sure that she never gets a chance to identify him.
If I'm right, he knows she's an eyewitness to whatever he did to Michelle.
Why is he risking coming back when he knows the eyewitness is blind and has blocked out all memory of what happened?
Because he knows that when Amy hears the truth, she will see and she will remember.
Is it that simple?
No. No, it isn't. Because Amy doesn't want to hear the truth. And she will fight to keep from hearing it.
She'd rather be blind than remember the awful thing that happened to Michelle.
Exactly.
Barnaby, I forgot. The information you wanted on Argus Selby. He spent 1970 and 1971 in a San Diego mental hospital. He was committed by his mother after an attempted assault on a young woman.
Wow. Isn't this interesting?
From what you've told me of Argus, he hardly seems the type to have clandestine meetings in the Valley Vista Motel.
Why not? Eric has his place out in Saugus. Argus can hardly entertain at home because he lives there with his mother.
Well, then it's a good thing her aunt insisted that Amy move out to the beach house. At least those two women aren't alone in that apartment. If you hadn't scared off that prowler...
You know, Betty, Amy has all the answers. It's my job to find the right question.
I've got a week on location with 8 of my animals. It goes Monday. I'll be able to pay you all the back rent 2 weeks after that.
Yeah, at which time you'll be another month overdue.
2 or 3 lousy weeks is all I'm asking.
Now, look, I'll give you 3 more weeks to come up with it, and that is it.
Who's following who today, Joan?
Eric, I want you to stay around a while.
Sure, why not?
Mr. Jones, I told you exactly what happened the night I fell.
I know that, Amy. I wonder if you understand why I'm asking all these questions.
To a point. But you seem to think that I know more about what happened to Michelle than I'm telling.
It's just possible, Amy, that you know more than you realize.
You're not making any sense.
Amy, listen to me. If it sounds like I don't believe you, or that I'm trying to trick you, please trust me when I say that my only interest is in finding Michelle or in helping you. Will you believe that?
All right.
Now, how did you and Michelle get along?
Great. Oh, she's a lot more aggressive and outgoing than I am, but I admire that in her, and...
No big arguments.
Mr. Jones, this is taking a rather bizarre turn.
I'm trying to establish that Amy was very fond of Michelle. Now, let's go back to the night of your accident. You told me that you had the key to your apartment in your hand.
Yes.
I think that you opened the door.
I told you I didn't.
You stepped inside.
No, I was never inside.
And you heard something that sounded like a struggle.
There wasn't. I didn't go inside.
You were scared. Matter of fact, you were terrified.
That isn't the way it happened.
You screamed. You dropped the key where I found it.
Oh, please stop it.
And then you turned and ran.
Make him stop, please. It's all lies. Please stop.
Mr. Jones, you're going much too far.
My wife is right, you know. I think Amy's into another.
Play kind of rough, don't you, Jones?
Could we go into another room, please? Amy's reaction to my questions confirms what the doctor has already told you folks, that her blindness is hysterical. I keep trying to bring the truth into focus, and she just won't face it.
It seems to me you're exploiting our niece to solve your case.
Now, it does come off that way, Jones.
Maybe a certain amount of truth in that, but I'd like to leave here with my case solved, but what's more important, with Amy's sight restored.
It all sounds very far-fetched.
Your niece is in jeopardy. Whoever it was hiding in her apartment isn't going to call off his plans just because you moved her out here.
There's someone out there.
Argus Selby. Were you expecting him?
Heavens, no. Oh, now he has the dogs upset and one of them's sick.
Now, I'll take a look at the dogs.
I'll go see what Argus is up to. You come with me, Eric. Lose your way, Argus?
Mr. Jones? No. I just thought I'd visit Amy.
It's just me, honey.
Oh. You startled me. I didn't hear you come in.
Where's your aunt?
Making some tea?
Now, this has been pretty difficult for you, hasn't it, Pigeon?
I just don't know what Mr. Jones wants me to say.
Well, maybe we'll just call it quits on him.
Can we?
Now, when was I ever able to say no to you?
You're the greatest uncle in the world.
Say, you know, what does it for me when I've been through the ringer?
What?
A nice, long walk.
Sounds like a wonderful idea.
Miss Cleveland? You know where Amy is?
Well, no, I don't. I left her right here.
I better take a look outside.
Mr. Jones said that the doctor had a long talk with you and Aunt Ellen.
Yes. Helped us to understand what's happened to you. It's called hysterical blindness.
Tell me about it.
It's really kind of complicated.
Please.
Well, the one thing I keep remembering is how your blindness may have been caused by the sight of someone very near and dear to you doing something that shocked you, something that shattered your image in that person.
That would be Michelle, according to the questions Mr. Jones keeps asking me.
That's right. Michelle was very dear to you.
I wish you wouldn't keep saying was.
You saw the drop, didn't you, Amy? Just as you saw the pistol when I put it back in my holster. Your uncle led you to the edge, didn't he?
I don't know what you mean.
Did you know how close you were?
No, Uncle Paul?
You saw what happened to Michelle.
No, that's not true.
You unlocked your apartment door, you let yourself in, you dropped the key.
Stop it! I didn't. That's not the way it happened. Oh, please make him stop.
You saw Michelle. You saw a struggle. The apartment was in a shambles. You saw a man there, Michelle's killer. You saw him, Amy, just as you're seeing him now.
It was you. It was you.
You tried to make it look as if Eric did it. You even planted the shoelaces on him.
Amy, she was going to stop seeing me because of that kid. She'd fallen in love with him. I couldn't let her go. She threatened to tell your aunt.
You killed Michelle. You murdered her.
Amy! Cleveland! Where did you bury Michelle?
In the woods.
Take him to my car and stay with him. Let's go home now, Amy.
Barnaby Jones, a Quinn Martin production, starring Buddy Ebsen, also starring Lee Merriweather. Mark Shera. With guest stars Jacqueline Scott, Michael Strong. Tonight's episode, Uninvited Peril.
Operator, I need to talk to a Mrs. Verna Compton, Denver, Colorado. Collect, please.
Stuart, if it's one of those women from the health spa, tell him I can take him any time between 3 and 5.
It's past 1 a.m., Verna. Nobody'd be calling for masseurs this time of night. Hello?
I have a collect call from
Yeah?
Richard Davis in Los Angeles.
Collect from where?
Los Angeles.
Just a minute. Verna, you know anyone in Los Angeles named Richard Davis?
Davis?
Stuart, it's me. It's me.
Verna, it's Dwayne.
Hello? Oh, yes, operator. I'll take the call. Oh, Dwayne. Dwayne, is it really you?
Don't get excited.
Oh, excited. My pills. Get me my pills. Oh, honey, how thoughtless can you be? Do you realize that it has been almost 4 months since you got out of that awful hospital? And the only consideration you've shown your poor mother is one tacky postcard from San Francisco.
I needed to get my head together, just make sense out of things. I even got a job after I hitched down here to L.A. And then I met this girl.
I knew it. That's why you forgot that I even existed. Son, haven't I warned you about those pickups? They're just tramps, all of them.
Well, that's why I called. I need your help. Just like before.
Like before. What is it, Dwayne? What's wrong?
It happened again, Mom.
Oh, my Lord.
What is it?
Are you sure, Dwayne? Are you sure?
Yes, but I couldn't help myself. She's just like all those other girls. She's just filth. Mama, help me. I don't know what to do.
It's all right, son. Stuart and I'll be on the next plane for Los Angeles.
Verna, what's going on?
Just get some clothes, honey. Pack some things for us. Dwayne. What's that address where you're at?
It's the Marco Apartments, 5th and West Room. Mom!
And that name you're using, Richard what?
It's Davis, but Mom, I can't stay here.
Son, just get hold of yourself. Now listen to me. Listen very carefully. You can't let them find what you did, like the last time. You know what I mean? This time, you must get rid of it.
No, I can't. No.
Now, while it's still dark, you have got to take it out in the woods somewhere and bury it.
Bury it?
That's right. And then you go back to your room and wait for us.
I'll try. But hurry, please.
You startled me. I didn't hear you come in. I'm sorry.
I'm looking for the Barnaby Jones that's listed in the phone book as an investigator.
Well, I expect him back in a few minutes. Can I help you?
Verna?
Oh, there's someone here. I'm Verna Davis. This is my husband, Stuart.
Well, I'm Betty Jones, Barnaby's daughter-in-law, his secretary. What did you want to see him about?
Well, it's about my son, Dwayne. This sweet, lovely boy has disappeared. He's just vanished. And Richard's a good boy, and he's never been in any trouble in his life.
Didn't you just call him Dwayne?
Oh, did I? Do you mind if I sit down?
Certainly.
He goes by Richard himself now. He thinks it's more manly, but I just can't get used to it.
Richard Davis. His height, weight?
5'9", about 140, 45 pounds. Blondish hair, hazel eyes. And he just turned 22.
When were you last in touch with him?
I talked to him on the phone about flying in from Denver last night. That's where we live.
You mean he's just been missing since last night?
And when we got here this morning, he had already checked out of his room, bag and baggage. He didn't even leave a forwarding address.
Mrs. Davis, you see, Barnaby doesn't usually handle ordinary cases of missing persons.
He doesn't?
No.
Stuart, what are we gonna do?
Perhaps there's something I could do. I mean, I can't really guarantee anything, but
Oh, you will? Oh, thank you. Right off, I just knew you were a very human type of person.
Well, the trouble is, I really don't know where to start. What about work? Did he have a job here?
He said something about a job, but I didn't even think to ask him what it was.
Now, could be he got himself into some carpentry work.
Oh, well, if he's a member of the Carpenters Union, that'll narrow it down some.
Well, he's not, but being a carpenter myself, every now and then I scab him onto a job so he can pick up a couple of dollars. Boy wasn't good for much else.
It's your trouble, Stuart. You're always looking down your nose at him because he's a stepson.
Well, listen, I'll start checking around, and if I come up with anything, where can I reach you?
Everything's been so hectic, we haven't even had time to take a room yet.
All right. Call me here at the office, but before 6.
And thank you, Betty. Very much. No harm done, darling.
Betty, did the insurance company send over the list of stolen items from the Relics warehouse here?
Here's the list for you.
Good, thanks.
And here's Reddick's market values of all the items stolen.
Those people on the way out, what was that about?
Well, they wanted to hire you to find their son who's been missing since last night.
Last night?
I know, that's what I said.
I hope you didn't tell her I'd take the case.
Of course not. I said I would.
It's us.
Oh, just a second.
I hope you don't mind us just dropping in like this.
Well, no, that's all right.
Oh, what a lovely apartment.
Oh, I'm sorry, come on in. Oh, please. I'd love to know how you found my address.
Oh, it wasn't easy considering how many Joneses there are in the phone book. It was just lucky I was able to match one of them with that bill I saw from Carstairs department store on your desk. This is for you. Chocolate-covered cherries. Grandma always said, never visit empty-handed.
Well, that's very thoughtful of you. I really expected you to call at the office.
Oh, I did, didn't I, Stuart?
We're
You'd
happy to
already
see you.
gone. Nothing, huh? I can see it in your face. I just know something dreadful's happened to that boy.
Now, Berna, don't worry so. The lady's doing the best she can, I'm sure. She's got to get off her feet a while.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please, sit down. Can I get you some coffee? Tea, perhaps?
Oh, no, no stimulants, the doctor said.
Oh.
Oh, that boy. That boy.
Yeah, you really didn't give me a chance to tell you. I have turned up one possible lead.
You did?
Mm-hmm. One of the jobbers that I talked to, who hires non-union carpenters, said that he really couldn't remember the name, but that a young man answering Richard's description left him for a job in a lumber yard.
Did you hear that, Stuart? Did he say what lumber yard?
No, but I've been running down all the ones in the phone book, and if that doesn't turn up anything, well, we'll try something else.
Like what?
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Meanwhile, I imagine you're about as tired as I am. I mean, it's been a long day. I'm rather anxious to get some sleep.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. You must be tired.
What is it?
Easy, Verna.
What is
Now, take it easy.
Are you all right?
The heart acts up every now and then. Can we have some water, please?
Shouldn't I call a doctor?
No, don't do that. I'll be all right, Betty. I just have to get some rest for a few hours.
Yeah, you will.
Your hotel, is it far from here?
Go on, Stuart. Tell her where our hotel
Well, the
is.
ones we looked at are pretty expensive. Got to watch our pennies, you know.
You mean you don't have a place to stay yet?
Now, don't you worry your mind about that. We'll find something.
Verna, you're going to kill yourself.
Well, if I do, it's not going to be on this kind lady's floor. Now, come on, Stuart.
Betty, will you please talk to her?
Oh, well, I suppose you could rest here.
Oh, what a neighborly thing to do.
I mean, it's just that I'm not really set up for house guests.
Oh, this couch will suit me just fine. And Stuart can, we can push those 2 chairs right up to the ottoman.
Well, sure, I guess, yeah. Are you sure you're going to be comfortable enough?
Oh, like 2 robins in a nest.
Oh, yes, I can take care of that.
Oh, right. Now, don't you pay us any mind. You just go on to bed and don't you worry about anything. Oh, Betty. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Matthew 25. Bless you, Betty.
Well, I do hope you're feeling better in the morning. Call me if, sleep well. Good night.
Good night, Betty.
Good morning.
We didn't know what time you'd be getting up, or Stuart had cooked enough eggs for you, too. Stuart.
Oh, yeah, sure.
No, really. That's all right. Don't worry about me. I see you're feeling better.
No, not really. I won't be myself again until I see my son and know he's well and safe.
You're a little low on the orange juice, but we saved you some.
Oh, no, really. I usually get something at the office. Has anybody seen the morning paper?
Paper?
Wasn't the paper outside the front door?
We never opened the door.
Oh. Oh, it doesn't matter. Listen, as long as you're here, why don't you just stay a few more hours so that I know where I can reach you, and maybe by then I'll have some better news.
Oh, Betty, I don't know what we would have done without you.
Oh. Well, enjoy.
What's going to happen when she sees this? Well, what if she recognizes that this is Dwayne?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
No. No, I like that boy. You know that.
No, you don't. But it doesn't matter as long as you keep it in your mind that I am never going to let them take him back to that awful hospital again. And if anybody gets in my way, kill him.
He doesn't work there. All right, fine. Thank you very much.
You're not still at that missing son business, are you?
Are you kidding? She's so dedicated she had her clients overnight as house guests.
Big mouth.
Betty, don't you think it's about time that you filled us in on what's going on?
It's really nothing, Barnaby. By the time I got home last night, I had... Excuse me. Betty Jones, Barnaby Jones Investigations. May I help you?
Yeah, this is the foreman at Redwood Lumber. I got a message here. You called yesterday. What can I do for you?
Yes, well, it's in reference to Richard Davis. The clerk that I spoke to said that the name sounded familiar, but that...
What about Davis?
Oh, he does work there then?
Not anymore. The creep quit me yesterday.
No.
Well, what's this all about? Is he in some kind of trouble, I hope?
No, nothing like that. His mother is in from out of town, and she asked me to look for him.
Yeah, well, tell her to drop by here in 5 or 10 minutes. Her baby boy will be stopping by then for his final check.
He is that...
Hello?
Verna? Betty, I have some good news.
You found?
Well, I think so. But you're going to have to get there fast before he gets away again.
Where is it?
It's the Redwood Lumber Yard.
Tell me how to get there.
All right, you take the downtown freeway to the Wallace off-ramp, and you take Wallace east to Glendon, and that's it.
Now, wait a minute. It's the Wallace off-ramp, and then Glendon?
East to Glendon. Listen, there isn't much time. I'm closer. I'd better drive over there and make sure you don't miss Richard in case you have trouble finding the place, all right?
No, we're on our way. Come on.
Here's the report, Barnaby.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, listen, I have to wind up my little missing persons case, so I'll meet you in Long Beach, all right?
Oh, you found your man that fast. Congratulations.
Thank you.
They should all be that easy.
Nothing to it, J.R. Just talent, perseverance, and good lucks. Bye.
Here, don't make this load your life's work, huh?
Hello, Mr. Winchell. My paycheck ready?
Yeah, be with you in a minute, kid.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Just looking for your check here.
There must have been some Donnybrook you got in the other night to get your face all scratched up like that.
How'd you know I got it scratched?
Well, I saw it when you came by yesterday. Look, it seems like they didn't put your check in this batch.
What are you trying to pull?
Nothing, I'll just call the main office and they'll send it right over, no problem. Hello? Yeah, Sergeant, I'd like to talk to somebody about that guy's picture of this morning's paper. Yeah.
Hang it up. Hang up right now.
Yeah, hey, take it easy with that.
Come on, get back in here.
Your check is here. I
won't be able to cash it now. I want my money from the box you keep in the drawer.
Sure, kid, whatever.
Hi,
Shut up. Don't make a sound. Get over there.
Better do like he says, lady. He's the killer the cops are looking for.
Come on, get over here! Come on, come on, come on. Is that your car out there?
Yes.
All right. You're gonna drive us out of here. Go on.
You're in no condition.
Go on. Move.
There it is.
Look, it's Dwayne. Stop. Stop.
Looks like he's been hurt.
Follow.
Dwayne! Dwayne! Honey, what have they done to you? It's all right, honey. Mama's here. Everything's gonna be all right.
He's bleeding bad.
I'll get an ambulance.
Oh, Betty, no. Don't get an ambulance. I mean, I can take care of him. He's gonna be all right.
Verna, he's been shot. He could die.
But they're not gonna lock him up again, you hear me? Never.
Verna.
They are never going to take him away from me again.
Barnaby, there you are. Glad your exchange could locate you. When I heard communications broadcast the DMV on it, I dropped everything, came right over.
I gather there were no witnesses.
All black and white spotted it parked here illegally. Stopped to check it out, saw the blood on the front seat there and called in.
Well, there's no way of telling whether it was in the car when whatever happened, right?
No, but if it was stolen, she would have reported it by now, wouldn't she?
Yeah, I guess.
Doesn't seem to be any blood on the driver's side.
Meaning that the driver was injured after moving over to the passenger side, or there was more than one person in the car.
You mind?
Of course not. Listen, assuming the car wasn't stolen, you have any idea what Betty was doing that would bring her into this out-of-the-way part of town?
When she left the office, she was on her way to try to help some people contact their son.
Barnaby! Trail of blood leads all the way along here and then stops right here.
Yeah, as if whoever was hurt got into another car.
That's where we got it figured. Listen, you better give me the names of those people Betty was trying to help.
Well, Lieutenant, we don't know their names. We were working on another case at the time. We never really got into it with her.
She probably made some notes. We'll stay in touch.
What are we stopping for?
Verna, I don't think those bandages and stuff we got at the drugstore is going to be enough.
Damn you, Stuart. I told you hospitals have got to report gunshot wounds. Now get out of here.
Don't do it. Are you crazy? He needs a doctor.
I can take care of it. He'll be all right.
Verna, he's going to bleed to death, right in your arms.
I'll check things out first. But if she tries anything, you know what to do.
Can I help you?
Indeed, miss, I hope you can. You see, I'm in great need of a doctor.
Is it an emergency?
Oh, no, not really. What I'm talking about is, you know, a family-type doctor, one that treats his patients in his own private offices.
Oh, what? I'm afraid it's against hospital policy to make such recommendations, but if you call the medical association, they can help.
Well, about that doctor over there, I mean, he doesn't just work here all the time, does he?
Dr. Oxford? No, he has his own practice. He works here on weekends. Would you like to talk to him?
Oh, no, that's okay. I'll just wait till he's finished. Thanks, miss.
Doctor, please. It's an emergency.
Oh, what is it, ma'am?
Oh, please. It's my son. He's out in the car and he's been hurt awful bad.
All right. I'll have some orderlies bring out a gurney.
Oh, no. You shouldn't even move him until you look at him. I think he might be dying. Please.
All right. Let's have a look.
Here.
How did this happen?
I'll tell you all about it on your way to your private offices.
Hey, what's going on here?
You are crazy.
What are you waiting for, Stuart? Get out of here.
Here it is. Richard Davis.
Verna and Stuart Davis, Denver, Colorado. Description.
Everything's here except where Betty was headed.
Checking off phone numbers in this book. Here we are. Lumberyard. Gotten down to Redwood. Barnaby Jones, investigations. I'm checking on a call that was made to you people within the last couple of hours by a Betty Jones. Well, she was making inquiries about a young man named Richard Davis. It was a shooting? What was it about? Who got shot? I see. Oh, thank you very much. Someone there recognized a worker named Richard Davis. There was a woman there. They got into a car that matched Betty's and drove away.
What was that about a shooting?
They're not clear on that. The only other person involved was the foreman, a man named Winchell, still unconscious from a blow on the head.
Now, if that's the same Richard Davis that got into a car with Betty...
Did I get these over to Lieutenant Biddle? Fill him in.
All right.
Hurry up! Get him in. Come on. It's all right. Hurry up. Is there anybody else in here?
It's Saturday. Everybody's off for the weekend. On the table, right here. Take it easy. Easy. Okay.
Ow!
Hey,
Lift him.
Mother!
Mother's here, darling. Everything's gonna be all right.
Bernard, he's lost so much blood, he should be in a hospital.
You get out of here. Come on, out! Stuart, stay out there with her.
Doctor, talk to her. Make her understand.
Get out!
That lady's right. If I have to replace blood or need life support equipment, this is not the place to be.
Don't worry about it, Doctor. I've had nursing experience. I'll help you.
I have to go in for the bullet right away. Scrub up.
I'm warning you. If you think you're gonna botch this up just to get me to take him to a hospital, I'm gonna know about it. And I'll kill you.
Please, let me call someone. If you love her, help me save her from killing her own son.
What happened?
Don't let her get away!
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere.
Come on, out. If this is the way Werner wants it, that's the way it's gonna be. Let's go.
Yes.
Barnaby, I got a flyer here out of Denver that identifies Richard Davis as a Dwayne Pearson, an escaped fugitive.
Pearson?
Yeah, let's see. Father dead, mother married again to a carpenter named Stuart Compton. Davis is just an alias they were all using.
Then his mother must have known that he was in trouble all along.
Wait, it gets heavier. About 8 months ago, his mother was given a suspended sentence for trying to help Dwayne escape from a Colorado hospital for the criminally insane. Girl in this morning's paper is not the first one he's killed, Barnaby.
Barnaby, every hospital in the county's been alerted to report all gunshot wounds directly to me, and to be on the lookout for anyone matching Dwayne's or Betty's description. Now, don't worry, we'll find her.
Well, make it fast, John. I just checked out the blood from the car. It's type B, same as Betty's.
Wait a minute, Barnaby. Don't throw in the towel here. Dwayne's blood is type B also.
And there's a 50-50 chance on who was wounded. I guess that's better than nothing.
I told you before, let it ring.
He's not gonna make it unless we get him to a hospital now. Mister, you gotta make your wife listen to reason. Don't you people understand? Sure, I got the bullet out, but he's still burning up with fever because I haven't been able to stop the bleeding.
The bleeding has stopped. I've got eyes. I can see that.
Not inside. He's hemorrhaging internally.
My son's life, if you let him die, I'll kill you.
Verna.
No! You're talking about my son.
Save him, doctor. Help him, doctor. Don't let him die.
Make the call. Please. There can still be time.
I'd have Verna all to myself.
What?
If the boy does die, she'd have only me to turn to. I'd have her all to myself.
Oh, please, doctor. My poor baby. Help him. No, you're hurting him. You're hurting him. You're hurting him. You're hurting him. You're hurting him.
The type of wound I'm talking about would have been made by gunshot, but might not necessarily have been identified as such. I see. Thank you.
What's all that about?
The amount of blood in Betty's car, I would say that whoever was wounded didn't get very far without some kind of medical attention.
But I heard Lieutenant Biddle tell you that he's alerted all the hospitals.
In the county, but I am concentrating on the hospitals in the vicinity of where the car was found.
They'd report a wound as soon as any of the rest, no?
Maybe, maybe not. Depends on circumstances.
You know, you're right. I think I'll try some of these, too.
Hello. I am making an inquiry as to whether or not your hospital treated a victim of a gunshot wound today.
A gunshot wound today?
Or a wound that may have been made by a bullet, but...
Sir, before you go on, it just so happens that Dr. Oxford, our duty doctor, up and disappeared this afternoon. And so any serious injuries have been routed straight on to other hospitals.
Your doctor disappeared. What was that about?
It's a mystery to us. Last anyone saw of him was when he stepped outside with some woman.
Do you know who the woman was?
No, just some woman who wanted to know if he had offices away from the hospital where he treated patients.
Did you check his offices?
Yes, but no one answers the phone.
What is that address?
Better sit down.
Is he dead?
You're just like your father. Always getting into trouble trying to do things on your own. I told your father, I said, Billy, you're not man enough to drive a truck. I said, why don't you save your money? You could open a health club and have me to run it for you. And you know what he'd do? He got behind the wheel of that smelly thing. Drove the whole rig right over a cliff one rainy night. And you're just like him. You're headstrong, you're always fighting. Always wanting to do everything on your own till you get in trouble. Then, Mama, help me. It's all right. You just rest a while. And don't worry. Mother will take care of everything. Just like I always have. Stewart, I want you to point that gun at that man and shoot him.
Hey, now, hold on.
Don't listen to her.
You let him die. You die. Do it.
Stewart, you're in enough trouble already. Don't add murder to it.
Stewart, can't you be a man? Just once.
Don't do it, Stewart. Don't let her throw your life away like she threw her son's away.
And after him, her. Shoot them both. Stewart? Oh, wait. You married me.
All right. Let's just be nice and calm. Stewart, you untie the doctor. Doctor, when he does, can you call the police?
She won't use that gun, Stewart. Take it away from her.
Don't try it. Go on, untie him.
It's the kind of man I always wind up with. Jelly for spines and brains to match.
Verna, stay back. Oh, please. Don't make me shoot you.
You're like him. You're weak. You don't have it in you to pull that trigger.
Yes, I do. I will.
Do it, lady. If she gets that gun away from you, she'll kill us both. Shoot her!
Verna. Please, stay back. Verna, don't!
You're right. Remember the last time I gave you some of this old brandy?
When I was hurting so badly with that toothache.
Want to see if it still works?
No, thanks, Barnaby. It's I don't know, a different kind of hurt this time. That woman. Oh. If you and JR hadn't come in when you did it.
That's something you better come to terms with right now. And don't let it haunt you. Would you have been able to pull that trigger?
I was going to say no. I guess that's what I'd like to think, but I know now I would have shot her. And that's why I hurt so much. Oh, the burners of this world. They make you realize, given the circumstances, you could be.
Put that bottle away, Betty. It is champagne tonight. Just made a reservation at the Lucky Rooster for 8:30.
The Lucky Rooster?
That's pretty posh.
You sure you can afford a high-class place like that, Jedediah?
Me? Wait a minute. I thought you pick up a tab, you pick up a tab, I pick up a tab. We alternate. That's the deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the deal.
Oh, right. You picked up the last tab.
And I picked up the one before that.
Yeah.
You sure you still want to go to this Lucky Rooster?
Sure, why not? I don't have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the rest of my life.